Sadio, the footballer with a cracked phone and a golden heart. Never give up too. In the world of football, fame often comes with fast cars, designer clothes, luxury mansions, and an extravagant lifestyle. But every once in a while a story comes along that reminds us what true greatness looks like. Not in wealth or status, but in humility, kindness, and service to others. This is the story of Sadio, the Senegalese footballer, who has captured the hearts of millions around the globe. Not just for his explosive speed and dazzling goals, but for the way he lives his life. Grounded, humble, and deeply committed to his roots. Welcome to Never Give Up Tube, where we bring you real stories of inspiration, grit, and humanity. Today, we dive deep into the life of a man who proves that no matter how high you rise, it's where you came from and how you lift others that truly defines you. The humble beginnings. Sadio was born on April 10, 1992, in the small village of Bambali, Senegal. Life there was far from easy. Grew up in extreme poverty, no electricity, no proper roads, and certainly no football fields. He played barefoot on dusty grounds with whatever ball he could find. His family couldn't afford to buy a football, so he made do with oranges or plastic bags tied together. Despite the challenges, young Sadio had a dream to become a professional footballer. And even though people laughed at him and called it impossible, he kept going. His determination was unwavering, and that relentless drive led him to the capital of Senegal, where he joined a local football academy. From there, his journey truly began, filled with struggle, sacrifice, and eventually, success. The rise to stardom's talent was undeniable. His big break came when he joined FC Metz in France in 2011. Though it was a modest start, he worked hard, improved every day, and eventually caught the eye of Red Bull Salzburg in Austria. It was there that he began to shine, winning the Austrian Bundesliga Cup in the 2013-14 season. But it was his move to Southampton in the English Premier League that put him on the global map. In 2015, he scored the fastest ever Premier League 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Against Aston Villa, people started to take notice. But more than his goals, his teammates noticed his humility. No ego, no fun, just hard work and respect. In 2016, Liverpool signed him, and that's when Sadio's career exploded. Glory with Liverpool. At Liverpool, under manager Jurgen Klopp, formed a lethal attacking trio with Mohamed Salah and Roberto. Together, they've terrorized defenses across Europe. In 2019, he helped Liverpool win the UEFA Champions League. In 2020, they won their first Premier League title in 30 years. He also won the FIFA Club World Cup, UEFA Super Cup, and was a consistent top scorer for the club. But what made him stand out wasn't just his success, it was his simplicity. While many footballers flaunted designer clothes and gold watches, was often seen with a cracked iPhone. When fans pointed it out, he smiled and said, "Why would I want 10 Ferraris, 20 diamond watches, or 2 private planes? What would that do for the world? I prefer to help my people." The cracked phone, that inspired millions. That moment, Sadio, holding a cracked iPhone, became symbolic of who he is. A superstar on the pitch, but an ordinary, grounded man off it. Instead of spending money on luxuries, invested millions in his hometown, built a school for hundreds of children, constructed a hospital for families who previously had to travel hours for medical care, donated food and supplies during the COVID-19 pandemic, provided $70 monthly stipends to every family in his village, built a post office and gave internet access to the community, funded a stadium for young players to train and dream while others took selfies in Lamborghinis, was building a future for those who had nothing. Character over celebrity. In an era where fame often changes people, Sadio remains an exception. He once said in an interview, "I remember where I came from. I know the value of money, and I know that helping people makes me happier than owning things." Even after moving to Bayern Munich and later to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, his commitment to helping his community has never stopped. He hasn't forgotten a child who once played barefoot, hungry, and unnoticed in a dusty village. That child still lives in him and drives everything he does. The man behind the footballer Sadio is not just a footballer. He's a symbol of hope. He shows us that success isn't about what you own, but what you give. He reminds us that you don't need to be flashy to be respected. You don't need to show off to inspire. You can stay humble, be kind, and still be a champion, both on and off the field. Final thoughts. From Never Give Up Tube at Never Give Up Tube. We believe in stories that show the power of the human spirit. Stories like Sadio's, a story of hardship, perseverance, humility, and compassion. He teaches us that no matter where we come from, we can rise. And when we do, we must never forget to reach back and lift others. So, the next time you see someone chasing their dream, support them. The next time you're tempted to give up, remember the boy from Bambali who never stopped believing. And maybe, the next time your phone screen cracks, wear it like a badge of honor. It might just mean your priorities are in the right place. If you were inspired by this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Never Give Up Tube, where real stories meet real strength.